I stumbled upon these speakers by pure accident, and I'm really glad that I did. I'm confident in saying these are the speakers to buy for under $1,000 for the holiday shopping season. And in this video today, I'm gonna tell you why. Let's get to it. Let's start with the elephant in the room, Dayton Audio. Many of you are probably automatically associating that brand with DIY speaker components from Parts Express or the budget speakers they've had available for a while now. My, how things have changed. I was racing through CEDIA last month and these caught my eye from several meters away. I had to be somewhere. But I couldn't ignore this. So I ran over and geeked out with the designer of these speakers, Matt Phillips. Really nice guy. I know we could have probably hung out for the remainder of the show and just had a complete blast, but I needed to hear these speakers and scram to my appointment. Now, let me paint a picture of the scenario here. These are on, I'm guessing, 24-inch stands, powered by Dayton's own amplification and completely open air since this was the Denver Convention Center. So acoustically, it wasn't an ideal location. My God, what I heard next made me remember this visit. It made enough of an impression that I saved Matt's info, and as soon as I settled back here in my office after the show, I set up this review. So what grabbed me at the show? Well, they're stunning for starters. Aesthetically, they're just delicious. But what stopped me in my tracks was the amount of bass these speakers produced at the show. I thought this guy was just messing with me, right? I thought he literally was hiding a subwoofer somewhere. No. These speakers were producing low sub-style bass and still maintaining beautiful clarity in the mid-range and treble. It was crazy. At only $799, I expected these to come in at much more just from the first impressions I got at the show. Let's take a closer look at why I think you'd be insane not to buy these today. If the auto quality gloss finish doesn't grab you, well, then I'm sure the carbon fiber style drivers might add to the experience. Overall, this speaker looks very clean and minimalist. It's a bit narrow and deep with the cabinet design, and I do like the slightly rounded off corners. It does help soften the appearance a bit. It's a straightforward design. I love the clean chrome logo on the bottom, and the placement of the 5-way binding posts around back gives it just enough character to stand apart from other offerings out there within the same price range. Who could also ignore the dual passive radiators around the back that maintain the same design principles as the woofer in the front and add to the bass response? You can get these in white and black. It's just such a sharp design either way. They did come with a pair of black fabric magnetic grills. However, in this house, we don't use grills, so I honestly couldn't even tell you where those grills are. Storage, perhaps? Now, I'm convinced this speaker was built with bass in mind since the 5.5-inch driver has a super fat surround, which helps with excursion, which this little driver needs to produce to hit those low frequencies. This incredible bass driver is teamed up with Dayton Audio's top-tier soft dome tweeter. The tweeter features a 1 1/8-inch silk dome and has an effective frequency response from 1.4 kHz to 20 kHz, which makes it a nice pairing for the bass driver, which is said to dip below 30 Hz. The enclosure is constructed entirely from 3/4-inch MDF, solid choice. It does come with pre-installed feet. They included some tacky, which is what I normally use for my bookshelf speakers, so that's not a problem for me. One important factor I must disclose is that you need power with these speakers. There's no room for 1 watt or 2 amp options here. These suckers need raw horsepower. You need to feed these speakers enough power to rattle your ancestors. Yeah! They're rated for up to 200 watts, and the word on the street is the more power, the better they sound. So keep that in mind when pairing it with an amp. And remember, audio is all about the recipe. So, first characteristic that stood out to me was the soundstage. These speakers imaged incredibly well. You can hear things from every direction. I placed them facing forward first, and it had such an immersion of sound. Just incredible how they really wrapped the sound around me. It was crazy. The smoothness of the mid-range was another wonderful aspect I appreciated right away. The bass was obvious. It dug deep. But it wasn't boomy. How can I describe it? It didn't sound like it was trying to be something it wasn't. The bass was just punchy, aggressive, but still maintained a strong sense of precision, which also complemented the articulation of the mids and highs. The highs were tame, not bright, but had a nice little sparkle that brought out detail beautifully. Now, when I towed them in, I feel like the soundstage became a bit more narrow, but I felt that it actually improved the other characteristics. Weird. You got a bit more mid and high clarity. The bass stayed relatively the same throughout. Towed in, it just felt like a more personal experience. I feel like placing them facing forward would be better if it's a larger audience or if you really want that immersive experience. The sound overall truly exceeded any expectations that I may have had at the start of this valuation. Buy these before people realize how much value is contained within them. These are nestled in the perfect market, sub 1,000. That cheap audio crowd should be salivating over these. They possess incredible sound quality, beautiful build. I mean, that's the trifecta really. Value and performance exceeds cost. I really believe these can be the speaker for the new year. These have floor standard vibes out of a small form factor bookshelf speaker. This is such a unique product, designed well. I'm impressed. So I feel it does the speaker justice when I present it with the Harvey Specter Award for Excellence, because most speakers are right here.
I like this.
Congratulations to Matt and all the folks at Dayton and Parts Express for creating a whole new standard in sound for the sub 1,000 group. I'll leave a link down below where you can buy the speaker before they completely sell out. Okay guys, this is the last video until my wedding. I get married in a few days and I am so excited.
I am very excited.
Nervous, but excited. I just hope there isn't any American Pie or Hangover type of shenanigans. It would fit my character for sure. Luckily, I'm not letting Giles take me to Thailand, and the gentlemen's get-together won't be a raging bachelor party. I'll be fine. I'll be fine. Thank you to all of you for the kind words and support in the last video. If you'd like to help the channel, I do have a Patreon where you can subscribe monthly for extra perks, like after filming commentary, or just make a one-time donation to help keep the channel thriving. A huge shout out to my current patrons. Thank you. I also have an online shop where I sell t-shirts like these, Lightroom presets, Premiere LUTs, and other cool digital assets. I'll be coming back stronger than ever in a couple weeks with brand new reviews and content. Also, my new channel, Dreamin' Digital, will be dropping in early December. It's gonna be focused on camera gear, PCs, desktop setup, everyday carry, and just a lot more stuff. Basically everything you need to be a successful creator. And you get reviews from a creator standpoint, which should benefit the average consumer because we put a lot more miles on this stuff than most regular people do. If you enjoyed the video, I encourage you to snap at the like button.
You should have gone for the head.
Subscribe to the channel to help me grow, and ring the bell to get notified every time a new video is born. With all that said and done, I'll see you on the next one, friends. Take care.